Goldblatt sent me this 13-inch floor cutter to test out. If you've ever been putting in wood flooring, vinyl flooring, whatever kind of flooring like that, you know the worst thing you have to do is constantly run out and cut tiles. Every single row you get to, you're going to have a piece you're going to have to measure and come cut. Now, I've got a miter saw over here. That's what I've typically done in the past. But if I'm in the house working on flooring, the biggest issue is every single cut I got to make. I got to run downstairs, come outside, come to the garage, make the cut on the miter saw, go back up. Maybe I made just a little bit off. I got to cut off a little bit more. It wears me out. So that's why I was excited to check this out when Goldblatt asked me to look at it. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. Wow. This is some heavy duty construction. You can tell right off the bat this is going to be a quality piece of equipment just by how nice all the stuff is. It's going to make this thing up. Man, that is some nice machined aluminum in there. Wait, is this machined aluminum or extruded aluminum? Probably extruded, right? Oh my goodness gracious. This is some serious equipment. I don't know why I was thinking this was not going to be nearly this hefty, but man, this thing is meant to do the job. Of course, they've got a blade cover on it there, but that blade is going to go through some pretty serious floor. Very nice. And it comes with a kit of accessories. It got some nuts and bolts to put it together. And a couple of Allen wrenches of different sizes. We're going to take a look at this, get this thing put together. I think this is going to do a tremendous job and make it much easier to get flooring put in. All right, let's get this put together. So the first step, you're going to want the screw sections facing up with the little holes here. And it looks like the two closest ones go away from the cutter. All right, so we're going to use these guys right here and put on a couple of lock washers. And we'll start them by hand first. And then once they get tight, we're going to go ahead and tighten them a little bit with the Allen wrench. Okay, now we're going to put this guy on. There we go. Leg pieces go down. All right, and we're going to need these two and this guy. Of course, each one of these gets a lock washer. Now we're going to put on the work table surface. It just slides on there, and you can see these line up here, here, oh, here. So there's quite a few places. And again, with this brace, that's why we wanted to make sure it was that orientation. So we're going to go ahead and get all these screwed in now. All right, we're going to go ahead and cut the cable ties here. They're holding this in place. And we'll go ahead and remove the blade, but obviously at this point, there's an incredibly sharp blade sitting there. I'm going to take the handle, drop it on right there. We've got, let's see, which one was that? I'm going to take this guy and the lock washer and get it tightened on there. See, we're starting to take shape now. So I hit myself in the head with the handle. You can see we've got motion there. And now we're going to grab the handle, pull it down, and insert the locking pin there just to hold it in place. All right, and now we're going to put the guide bar on. 2 holes. And these 2 guys go in there. It's going to remove the locking pin. There actually is a place here to store it so you don't lose it when you have it out. Now, I've got 3 additional screws here. I think I missed a step to put these in. With this guy right here with the little screwdriver bit, these go in a little bit separate because they're going into plastic. And that is it. We are completely assembled. Got the tools it came with left over, and we've got a sharpening stone there. All right, let's test this thing out. Like I said, this is some flooring I had left over from a bathroom project I did a while back. But anyway, let's give this a try. We're going to cut. So we're going to make a 20-inch piece. So I'm lined up here with the 20. And I'm just going to, it's as simple as holding it and pulling it down. Now I want you to notice there's no sawdust. My gosh, when I cut this stuff on the miter saw, it makes such a mess. There is zero sawdust to clean up. Got a perfectly clean cut. This is beautiful. The cut that it makes is incredible. Got one little piece of extra stuff there. That's the closest thing to sawdust I have, is to grab that and chunk it. Man, that's a nice cut. Both sides, very nice. All right. Now I'm going to try some of the angle stuff and we see how we go here. If I remember right, it's 22.5, 33, and 45. So we're going to try the first one here. Very clean 22.5 cut. Perfect. But now we're going to say, well, you know, it's probably closer to 33. Let's check that out. Very nice. That is an exceptionally clean cut. I mean, that's going to go perfect up against the wall, not leave any, let's just say the old joke I've always heard when I had a contractor working for me one time. I sent back an email, sent him a picture and said, hey man, this just doesn't look quite right to me. And he said, oh, that's nothing but a little caulk and quarter round won't fix. You're not going to need as much caulk and quarter round when you use something like this. All right, let's check out the 45. Perfectly smooth cut. Perfect 45-degree angle. Very nice. Could not be happier with this tool. So the one thing I didn't talk about, we'll go ahead and put this back real quick. One thing I didn't talk about is this cool handle. You got it locked down. You can pick it up and carry it, just like a work tool. Carry it to where you want it, get it inside your house where you're actually doing the work, and then it's there to help you make the cuts. Man, this thing is going to be invaluable when it comes to wood flooring. Appreciate you guys watching. Check out the link in the description if you'd like one for yourself.